our athlete of the week #2 joining us right now. As it's always fun when I get co-athletes of the week. I don't know why. I just really enjoy that feeling of it. But Blanche Toualeu joining us right now, our freshman out of London, England. And Blanche, first of all, congratulations. How's the year been treating you so far? Obviously good by getting athlete of the week.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm just trying to be adjusting my game and trying to help out the team as much as I can.
Talk a little bit about what brought you to LCCC, because I'm always curious on the international stories on how they end up coming over here, because there's so many different ways that you can get scouted or get found. How did you end up here at Laramie County?
Well, I was speaking to coaches from other colleges out here, and my coach came out here for like some intervention thing. And then he spoke to coaches out here, ended up speaking to Coach Mac, and then from there she saw my mixtape and liked what she saw, and she reached out to me, and then from there ended up here.
Talk about what brought you into the love of basketball too, because I'm always curious too on how you get into that sport and develop the skills that you have. What's the story been like for you as far as getting into basketball? What drew you into the sport?
Well, before basketball, I played like every sport, pretty much. So that helped me, and then I just ended up starting off by playing it for fun. And then a coach came up to me and addressed me and wanted me to like play for her team or whatever. And then from there, I haven't stopped since I've played.
Do you feel like the knowledge of other sports and the ways other sports works has helped you in basketball, and kind of just the creativity you have? Because that's probably the biggest thing I love watching about you on the court, is the creativity that you have when you get stuck in a spot. And then all of a sudden, like 2 steps later, you're making a layup or something like that on the court. Do you think part of that's the background you have in other sports and just opening your mind to other ideas?
Yeah, I think doing other sports has definitely helped me in basketball. Like for things, for example, like footwork and stuff, that's how I find myself at home. But yeah, I'd say it had definitely a big impact on how I play.
Talk a little bit about this last week that you had too, because obviously you're starting to get comfortable with the team that you have here with the way that you've been playing. But how did you feel this last week went for you as an individual in terms of where you want to be and where you're trying to get to in the level of play?
Well, I know Coach looks to me to find my way around the court, be a leader on and off the court. So that's what I try to do on the court, whether that's assisting or having to go get a bucket or just playing hard defense up and down both sides of the floor. I'll get it done.
You got to come over here with Tamara, who you played against over in England, but how's that been kind of work? Has that made it more comfortable having somebody that you kind of could recognize stepping onto the court right away, or was that kind of weird when it was like, wait, now we're playing with each other?
It was interesting because our schools are both in London, but like that school never be ours.
Best stop is over there.
But yeah, it's good to have someone from back home. Like we kind of know the same people as well, so like we knew of each other, but we never spoke. Now we're roommates. So yeah, it's good.
What's the chemistry been like on the team overall this year, and how excited are you about this team? Because I think some of the potential for this team is starting to show off these last couple of weeks.
I think we've shown spurts of what we can do. It's just about being consistent now. I think we're not the same team that we were in the first game to now, and hopefully we won't be the same team when conference play starts.
When you look at the schedule coming up for you guys, the next 4 games are going to be really tough for you guys. It's easy to look at it and see it, because West Nebraska upsetting top-ranked teams, the team they upset coming into town with CSI. You also have NJC next week on Tuesday, and Air Force Prep tonight. So when you look at these games coming up, do you like the challenge when you go into a stretch of schedule like this of saying, okay, this is where we're going to have to kind of sharpen our teeth?
To be honest, I love games like this. Like, I'm always up for a challenge, so I'm going to put everything I can into the game. Hopefully we get the job done, and yeah, I'm excited to play. Anytime we get to step on the floor is always a good time.
Couple more questions for you, Blanche, and again, thank you so much for taking some time to talk. But the first one is, when you look at the goals for the end of the season and we look at starting getting to region play, what's the biggest thing? You talked about consistency, but is there any other things that this team's working on right now that you want to be clicking on by the time January rolls around?
I mean, if we minimize turnovers, then I think that would have a big change. It would increase the amount of offensive opportunities we get. I think we did a good job in the last game, and it showed. We had way more opportunities than the game before that. And just working together, building up on our strengths.
It's always good stuff to work on. And talking about working on things, you're a student athlete too. And this is always the way I try to round these out, is talking a little bit about how things are going in the classroom, especially with finals week now.
Yeah.
How have you been kind of adjusting to the life of a student athlete over here in America?
I think I've done a pretty good job. I'm on top of all my work. I try to get everything out the way when I get it set, so then it frees me up for the rest of the week and just focus on the game.
Favorite subject that you've enjoyed working on here?
Favorite? Ooh. I couldn't tell you.
It's either a good thing or a bad thing. We'll leave that kind of as the enigma on the outside. Blanche, Player of the Week, thank you so much again for coming up and talking with us about this, and good luck as you get ready for what should be a fun week of basketball.
Thank you.